iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. So, look, Scout Fantasy Sports we're going to bring back our 44s and 88s later this year. Those are our baseball leagues that we started a couple of years ago. I really enjoyed them, probably because I made a lot of the rules for them. And I think they're a great way to get started in fantasy baseball if you're not as familiar with fantasy baseball. The leagues, there's 44 rounds, and it ends on right around August 31st. So when you want to start preparing for football, baseball's over, right? None of those crazy stuff that happens at the end of the year. But, part of preparing for any draft, I think, is doing a mock draft. Okay? And I think mock drafts are critically important. And I know I do them all the time in the Mock Draft World Championship. I actually came in, I think, 4th and 5th this year, or 3rd and 4th this year. I was, proud of myself, in football to be 2 of the top 5 teams. It was great. I love to mock draft. Baseball, I've got a big draft coming up on Tuesday night. I have the 15th pick in the Mixed LABR Draft. I got to get ready. So what am I going to do? I'm going to mock it out. One of the places I go is to Fantasy Pros, to the Draft Wizard. I could put in my draft configuration here like I'm doing now. Snake draft, 15 teams. I put in the position on the 15th. I put in the roster positions. I click Start My Draft. Okay? So my draft is loading, and I can get an idea. It's not perfect of which players will be available to me in this draft. I can hide the drafted players, and I see who's gone before me. Now, this is not perfect. So, for example, the first 14 picks they said were Trout, Altuve, Turner, Goldschmidt, Arenado, Betts, Kershaw, Blackmon. They said Stanton, maybe, maybe not, Harper, Judge, I doubt it, Scherzer, Correa, and Bryant. That's who they had going. I don't think Judge goes in round 1. So, I may start over. Maybe I don't like that draft. So you know what? Here, literally, I will start over and do the exact same draft and see if it changes in any way, because I want it to be as close to the real thing as humanly possible, right? Because it's important for me to know who's going to be out there when I pick. So sure enough, I'm doing this draft again, and lo and behold, there's no Aaron Judge. Trout, Altuve, Blackmon, Goldschmidt, Stanton, Turner, Arenado, Harper, Kluber, Betts, Kershaw, Bryant, Scherzer, Correa. Now, do I care that Charlie Blackmon went 3rd in this draft? Not at all. Why? Because it doesn't matter where he went as long as it's before I pick. So in a mock draft like that, don't get hung up in this guy should have been the 4th or 5th pick. It's about the guys being there. I didn't think Judge was going to go before I pick. I think I'm going to be able to get Judge on Tuesday night. So my choices, as it's in front of me here, are Joey Votto, Chris Sale, Freddie Freeman, Manny Machado. Now I can add players to this. Let's say I want to add Jose Ramirez. I could do that. Let's say I want to add Francisco Lindor. I can do that. And I can see, do the experts agree? And also where they've gone in drafts. So Votto has gone as high as 6 and as low as 20. Chris Sale's gone as high as 7, as low as 22. Jose Ramirez has gone as high as 14, and lo and behold, he has went very, very low elsewhere. So I need to look at these things and say, what do I want to do with my team? I think here it is right now. This year there are 4 great pitchers. 4. Scherzer, Kershaw, Kluber, Sale. I'm going to take Sale because I think I have to. Going to take Sale because I want an anchor. And now I'm faced with a decision here, but I don't think there's really a decision. What happens in drafts versus auctions in drafts, once a player goes, I can never get him again. So I'm worried at first base, once Votto and Freeman go, man, I'm looking at Eric Hosmer, and I don't want to be looking at Eric Hosmer. So I'm going to go between Votto and Freeman. I'm going to take Freddie Freeman. I could have gone Votto, but I'll take Freeman right there. And I take a pitcher and a hitter. And now I watch all the guys go before me, tons of guys who I like, and now it's my turn to pick again. So here's who they say are the best players out there. And I can look at by position. They like Bryce Hoskins, Robinson Cano, Elvis Andrus, Anthony Rendon, Buster Posey, A.J. Pollock, Christian Yelich, Jacob deGrom, Severino. What do I do? What do I do? I think I have to come back here with a hitter and a pitcher. So I don't know if he's going to be there, but I'll take Christian Yelich for sure if he's there. I love the new move to the Brewers. So now I need a pitcher. I don't like Carrasco because of the injury risk. We're looking at deGrom and Severino, and I'll take deGrom. So here I am at the end of 4 rounds. Freeman, Yelich, Sale, and deGrom. I'm okay with that. I'm going to try to add a pitcher in pretty much every round if I can. I think I need to do that. So here in the next round, I'm going to add James Paxton. Boom. And now I want to add a hitter. But the question is, what hitter do I take? I don't need a first baseman. I don't love the second base options. Travis Shaw is okay. Do I want a catcher here? Because Wilson Contreras went in the 5th round. That's the problem. I was hoping to get him here, but he's long gone. So what do? Do I take Domingo Santana, Andrew McCutchen, Ryan Braun? You got to really think this through. Aaron Nola for another pitcher, but I already have 3 pitchers. I don't think that's the way to do it. It's a tough one for me here. I'm looking at Andrew McCutchen, but I don't love Andrew McCutchen. I really want to like a guy. Billy Hamilton makes sense because of the speed, but man, he hurts me in all sorts of other categories, and I just hate that. Travis Shaw I like, but that's a need pick, and I don't want to need to take a guy earlier than I want to. I want to make sure I'm getting the right guy at the right time. So here's the problem with Salvador Perez. I don't think he's the right pick. But I know if I don't pick him, he won't be there. So this is a tough one for me. Also with closers. There's Chapman, there's Osuna, there's Giles. There's a big drop-off there too. Can I avoid the drop-off? See, I think when it comes to auctions, I never have to make these decisions. In auctions, I never have to make these decisions because I can get who I want when I want. But here in these drafts, once I pick, it's all over, right? I'm going to go Billy Hamilton. I don't like the pick, but man, it's so hard to find speed. And by taking Hamilton, I don't have to worry about speed. So what am I doing here? I'm going back to my original idea and trying to get a pitcher in every round and a hitter in every round. Now, let's talk about something for a second. The best pitchers on the board, according to this draft, are Cole, Tanaka, Lester, Rich Hill, and Berrios. It doesn't really matter which of those guys that I take in the order because none of them will be there by the time I pick again, right? I have to remember that. So no matter who I take, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to see either of these guys again. So then the question is, who do I want to take? I think I'm going to take Jose Berrios. Not as good as Tanaka maybe, but I like him and I know I can't get him again. Now I got to take a hitter. I think I'm going to take, this is a tough one. I'm going to take Jake Lamb because third base is very hard to fill and I want to fill it there. I could have gone other directions, but I'll fill it. So here I am in rounds 9 and 10 and I've got decisions to make. I don't really have a closer. Now might be the time to get one. Do I get a second baseman? Do I get a third baseman? What about shortstop? So many different ways to go. Do I get a catcher? How about an outfielder? I think here I'm going to take Nick Castellanos. I am. Maybe a little early, but I like him. And once again, I'm going to come back and take another pitcher, which I told you I want to do. I want to try to take a pitcher as often as possible, and I'm going to take Luis Castillo or Luke Weaver. I like them both, but I'm going to take Castillo. So now look what I've done. In the first 10 rounds, I have 5 pitchers. So what I've tried to do in every round is take a pitcher. Hitter, pitcher, hitter, pitcher, hitter, pitcher. Because I need to make sure my pitching doesn't stink. Now, am I hurting my hitting? A little bit. A little bit. It's a gamble. So here, next go around, I'm going to take Luke Weaver. And I'm probably going to take Manuel Margot. Or I'm going to take Margot because I want to get the speed and I like the upside. So this is tough. So I've got Freddie Freeman. So let's see where I am at the end of round 12. Freddie Freeman, Jake Lamb, Nick Castellanos, Christian Yelich, Billy Hamilton, and Manuel Margot. I am short in power. Short in power. My pitchers are Sale, DeGrom, Paxton, Berrios, Castillo, and Weaver. That's great. But I think I'll be so far back in power that I can't recover. Not good enough. Yelich, Hamilton, Margot. Yes, I have the speed, but I don't have the power. So what did I learn? What did I learn? I did a mock draft, and I realized, you know what? Maybe this wasn't the best way to do it. I got to go back to the drawing board. I have to start over again. Now look, here's the beautiful thing about this. I can revert the pick. I can go back and do this all over again and see where I made my mistake. I'm going back. I'm doing this all over again. Right? And boom, I'm back to Freeman and Sale. That's where I am. Did I do the right thing? Let me go back one more. Now, maybe I'll take Aaron Judge. Boom. So now I'm Judge and Sale. Was that the right move? I don't know, but I knew I needed power. Right? So now I'm going to come back. Round 3, I'm going to take Jacob DeGrom. And then I'm going to, do I want Yelich? Of course I want Yelich because I want that speed. I doubt that he's going to be there in real life, but I'll take him here. So now I'm Judge, Yelich, Sale, DeGrom. Maybe I'm better off. I don't have a first baseman. That's killing me. So now I've got to go through it again. Do you see what I'm doing? I can use these mock drafts to change things and to go back and see, do I like this? Does this fit my team? What do I think here? How does this work for me? And I think this is very important. See, we never know what's going to happen in a draft. Never know. See, an auction is way more predictable in some ways because I could sit there and I have control over what I want to do. I put a player up, bid $1, he's mine. Bid 2, you bid 2, I bid 5, he's mine. But here in a regular draft, once he's gone, I can't get him back. So if you take Manny Machado, he's gone. I can't ever get Manny Machado. So I have to figure out what to do. That's why I love these mock drafts. They are very, very helpful and allow me to reconfigure and recalibrate what I need to be successful. Please, I beg you. What I love, draft champions leagues like we're doing at Scout, the 44s and 88s, because it gives you a great idea of the player pool. You go 44 rounds in a draft, you're picking up guys in single A. I also like the mock drafts because they make me sharper. The sharper I am, the better chance I have to win. And at the end of the day, what do we all know? It's all about winning, right? Speaking of winning, you want to win, you go to scoutdfs.com. You go listen to Fuego Steve or Jaguar Lou or any of our guys, Nate Weitzer, Brian Baroff for PGA, whoever you want to listen to is going to help you win. We have a 7-day free trial. Get over there, scoutdfs.com. Be part of what we're doing. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. I think tomorrow I'm going to come back and talk a little NBA to see about the trade deadline. What did it mean for a lot of teams? We'll discuss that tomorrow. This is Dr. Roto saying be well, take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!